Hello and many thanks for joining me on Express Update. We are coming to you from our studios here within the Ministerial Enclave. We are also on Go TV, channel 184. I am Peter. Coming up in our stories, government to establish modern cardiac center in Ho. Also coming up, FDA shuts down food establishment along Osu Oxford Street over hygiene violations. These and many other stories coming up shortly. Please do stay with us. And now the news in detail. Government has announced plans to build a modern cardiac center in Ho to expand access to specialized healthcare and improve the treatment of heart disease and other non-communicable diseases. President John Dramani Mahama made the announcement during a debate on the free primary healthcare program at the Ho Municipal Hospital. The initiative formed part of a broader government effort to strengthen specialist healthcare nationwide, following the commissioning of a new catheterization laboratory at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital and the construction of cardiothoracic centers in Kumasi and Tamale.
Just last week, we commissioned a new cath lab. It's called a catheterization laboratory. And it is an equipment that is used for opening the arteries. In case you have a blocked artery, they're able to go into the artery and then they open it and put a stent in it to allow the blood to flow. So we opened a new one in Kolebu. We had put a previous one, but it got burnt. There was a fire. And so we opened a new one and we restored it with a very modern cath lab. We're building 2 cardiothoracic centers, one in the middle belt in Konfanoche Hospital and one in the northern belt in Tamale Teaching Hospital. But we're also advancing plans next year to start 2 new cardio centers, one in Ho and one in Takrady. And when we build the cardio centers, you would have a modern cath lab installed in the center. It will have all the equipment, for diagnosing and treating heart disease.
President John Dramani Mahama also urged Ghanaians to adopt healthier eating habits, warning against eating late at night and excessive sugar consumption. According to the president, eating after 7 p.m. could have negative health effects and cautioned that a high intake of sugar increases the risk of diabetes.
We must eat less sugar. For those of us who say they have a sweet tooth, you better be careful because it is a passport to diabetes. I went to the Sweden-Ghana Cancer Center and they conducted me around. And one of the places I went was their lab. So when you come and you have breast cancer or you have cervical cancer or you have some cancer, they do what they call a biopsy. So they take a piece of tissue from the organ and then they go to see if there's a cancer or what kind of cancer it is. And one of the things they put in the solution where they put the tissue is sugar. And I asked, why do you put sugar? It says cancer loves sugar. And so sugar is a trigger for cancer. So you might eat a lot of sugar, but your body is immune to diabetes, so your sugar level is fine. But excess sugar also triggers all kinds of cancers and all that. So eat sugar in moderation. But not only sugar, carbohydrates. Because when the body takes in carbohydrates and you don't use physical energy to utilize the carbohydrate because it's supposed to give you energy, the body converts the carbohydrate and stores it as fat. So let me repeat again. For those who come home late and ask for a big bowl of akple with fetridechi or a wakple, you are killing yourself slowly. If you eat a wakple or you eat banku or akple, eat it in the afternoon. In the night, just have something light. And always eat early. By 7 o'clock, you should have finished eating. And don't go to bed immediately after you eat. Sit, watch TV, do a few things. Then around 9:30, you can prepare and go to bed. You still get the 7-8 hours of sleep you need by 5 o'clock in the morning, and you can still wake up and go to work.
Away from that story, the Food and Drugs Authority, FDA, has shut down several food establishments along Oxford Street in Osu for operating without the mandatory food hygiene permit certificate. The enforcement exercise conducted on Thursday, July 16, forms part of the FDA's effort to ensure compliance with food safety regulations and protect public health. The FDA said the affected businesses were found operating without the required permit, which are mandatory for all food establishments in the country. The authority stated that the facilities will remain closed until they meet the necessary regulatory requirements. It urged food business operators to regularize their operations by obtaining the required permit to ensure consumer safety. To some more news, the Narcotics Control Commission (NARCOC) has arrested 3 persons in connection with the attempted importation of approximately 5 million tramadol tablets with an estimated street value of 100 million Ghana cedis. The suspects were apprehended during an intelligence-led operation at the Accra International Airport after officials intercepted a shipment believed to contain the illicit pharmaceutical drugs. The operation forms part of the Commission's ongoing effort to combat drug trafficking and protect public health and national security.
In a Facebook post on Friday, July 17th, NARCO said preliminary investigation showed that the consignment was destined for distribution within Ghana and possibly across the sub-region. The commission said investigators suspect the seizure is linked to a wider drug trafficking network, with further investigations underway to identify and apprehend other individuals connected to the operation. The recovered tramadol tablets have been secured as evidence whilst forensic and documentary examinations continue. The Commission urged the public to remain vigilant and support law enforcement agencies by reporting suspicious activities, reaffirming its commitment to disrupting the activities of drug trafficking syndicates and bringing those responsible to justice.
On to our last story, the Ghana Police Service is cautioning vehicle owners against allowing unlicensed washing bay attendants to move their vehicles. Chief Inspector Frimpong Aye Ferguson says the practice is against Ghana's traffic laws and could expose both vehicle owners and attendants to legal consequences. He urged motorists to ensure only licensed drivers operate their vehicles even within washing bay premises to avoid liability in the event of an accident or traffic offense.
Me saba cowness so obia ukura car say private say commercial ana moto wo de beko washing base hwe ana wa fa ignition key ana car no safoa ana moto no safoa ama boys say wo washing base wo no a wo ni license no when wa fa safoa ma wo mo wo ko washing base car key no mane wo ho omo washing wi a tubra wachi na wa ko tuwa de ana say owner of the washing base no for car answer for the owner of the washing base. Okay. So we ho no be so mutu car ne ba o chia omo na woni owner of the washing base no nim obi a o license obe ma na tu dia ba eno no what the owner of the washing base no what the key no come obi a woni license no ko tu o washing base no assemba wo kawuna no uni asembia o so ono a odi kini ma ya no na washing base wale dia ono na wenya asem ono nipa wale kopem ya no enti mi tu atiefo nyina afo ukọ washing base a o ka kini ignition kini me fe ma boys no hand over ana ja ever ma the owner of the washing base on be so mutuka na ono no the all license ana o de mana o timi tu a obeba be frewo be pa cha obi tu fasi ye na wa kutuka Woody key no echo share boys in nsa na wa fa share the owner of the washing bay na say boys ni kotuka no na asem ba wo a wo di ignition key ni man no for permitting you be charge wo ubenya asem boy no so kotu su benya asem ani nti e futuo kase a me de ma bi no Ghana fo nyina na okay ene achimo dafo
And that's all we have for you on Express Update. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Peter Isia. Remember, the news keeps changing every day, but integrity must never change. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.